Hello friends. Today we are going to discuss the higher education system. Okay. And we are going to discuss the value education and environmental education, the topic. And its subtopics are value education and environmental education. And already we have discussed the value education in the previous video. Today we are going to discuss the environmental education. So it is importance in education system. So we have to discuss about it in today's class. So let us start our class. Environmental education. So it is very important topic in education system. International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is IUCN, in 1971. They discussed about the environmental educations and its importance in relevant days. Okay. That is develop attitude to understand his culture and biophysical surrounding. That is student should know to understand in which culture he is growing up, his surroundings he must know, and he must know to protect it. This is what they have to teach in the environmental education. Next is code of behavior for environmental quality. We know that the surrounding area in which we are living, it is the environment for us. Okay, how to behave with the environment, the quality to keep the quality of the environment. All these things we have to teach in the environmental education. Next is ecological equilibrium. We know that the food chain or food web, if any mistakes or any connections, the chain of it will fall out, then whole system will come into collapse. So the ecological equilibrium should be maintained in the world. So we have to discuss about all these things in the education system. So the IUCN discussed about all these things to include in the environmental education. Then environmental education, its problems are in two types. Okay, there are macro problems is also there, micro problems is also there. Macro problems, macro means big problems, that is soil erosion. Okay, then extinction of animals, that is animals are endangered species, they become. Then deforestation, then lack of water, energy crisis, all these belong to the macro type of problems in environmental education. Then micro problems, that is poor health of the people, sanitation problems, okay, then population problem, inadequate housing, all these become a part of environmental problems. These belong to the micro problems. Okay. Next, focal points of EVS. What are the main points we have to discuss in EVS? That is, expose concerns to reality. First, we have to make the students to understand what is the today's situation of our environment. So, bring them to the reality. Then analyze it. Okay, that is analyze, evaluate, and inference about environment. So, we have to give them correct information about each and everything. Then know issues and take positive action. After knowing the issues, we want to make the students to understand how to solve these problems, how to take good actions. This is what we have to teach the students. Develop skills of environmental actions. Make them to understand how to protect the environment. The skills like to plant the trees, to develop it, gardening, like that we have to how to we can take care of the animals, how we can love them. So we are giving them a kind of skills to the students. So develop skills of environmental actions we have to teach them. These are the focal points of ABS. Next is environmental education in curriculum. How it help in the curriculum, a curriculum system. Then what are the things? That three main things are the first one is learning about environment. So in the education, first what we do is that we study about the environment in which we are living, about the earth, the environment in different areas, our own environment. We all study about it. Then learning through environment by understanding the environment. That is the second way. Next is learning for the environment, to protect the environment. That is the third thing. So to conserve it, protect it, to understand it, all these things are we are studying in the curriculum. What are the goals of environmental education? There are three goals are there. Improve the quality of environment. First one is to what quality now exists, we have to improve it. Next is awareness of problems and conservation. That is, we must make them to understand what is the problem of deforestation, what is the problem existing there, and how we can conserve it, what all the effect will be the reasons, or what will cause to us in the later ages. So we have to discuss about the problems and to conserve the environment. Next is evaluate the development programs. There is a lot of programs connected with the protection of environment. So we have to conduct all these programs. Okay, we have to conduct the programs and evaluate it whether it is in successful or not. We have to develop. We have to think about it. These are the goals of environmental education. Next is objectives. What are the objectives of environmental education? First one is awareness. Okay. Second is knowledge about it. Third is attitude towards it. Fourth is skills. Okay. Fifth one is evaluation ability. And sixth is participation. So it is not just a process to watch what is happening around us. We have to do. We have to be the part of it. We should be the participant of it. Otherwise, we cannot exist in this world. Then what is the scope of environmental education? First one is its awareness. Next is we can use in the real life situations. Okay, then conservation of it and sustainable development. These are the scopes of environmental education. Next is the principles of environmental education. Environment in totality. Totality is to that is not only of our area. We have to understand about it the worldwide. Okay, that is what we whether there is problem in the ozone depletion, the problem of greenhouse effects, the problem of the gases which is emitting a lot, how we can decrease it, about the agreements signing by different countries. So we have to know about in a total way. Okay, then it's a lifelong process. We cannot say that it is for 1 year or we can say it is for 2 years. We can't do like that. It should be a lifelong process. Next is interdisciplinary in approach. Interdisciplinary means we are taking the best from different areas. Okay, different areas and make it to a single one. Unite it for the single one. That is known as interdisciplinary. Then prevent and solution of the problems. We have to understand the problem. Then we have to prevent it, find the solution to the problems. Next is complexity and critical thinking. That is, we have to understand the problems behind either every kind of environmental problems. Next is use broad educational approach. We should not think it in a, it is only for us. No, so it should be in a broad way. We have to think about it. It will affect all kind of people. So if we are doing harm to the environment, it will affect all people. So we should have a broad approach towards it. Examining issues in local, national, and state level. We have to understand what is the local problem, what is the national problem, what is the state problem, what happens to the nations if they are doing it. So, like that, we have to think it in a broader aspects. These are the principles of environmental education. Then essential of education on environment. Okay, that is essentially of why should it be? We should have an education about the environment. Protect atmosphere. We have to. We know that if you are not protecting atmosphere, I told you, if you are we are cutting down the trees, the deforestation will happen. There is less rain there. The carbon dioxide increases. It will cause the greenhouse problem, the ozone depletion. So it is all connected. So protect the atmosphere is one of the thing we have to do. The next land resources, we have to protect the land resources. So a lot of animals are living there. So we have to protect it, otherwise they will all die. Then conserve biological diversity. That is what existing to inside of in our earth. We have to protect all the kinds of living beings. One is related to other, one is depending on another. So we have to protect each and every kinds of animals. Next is sound management of biotechnology, how it is affecting us. Okay, biotechnology, how it is helping us, all these things we have to know. Next is prevent of illegal traffic of waste, toxic, etc. We know that a lot of marine living beings are dying due to the toxic in the water and also waste, toxic, all this, how it is affecting the environment. We have to prevent it. Okay, these are illegal things, so we have to prevent it. Should not waste resources. That is, we know different kinds of resources is there. That is, renewable is there, non-renewable is there. So we should not waste it. We should only use it for our needs only, not over usage should not be there. Concern the future generation. We should have to think about the future generation because not only us, others also have to live in this world. So we have to think about that also. Control the utility of environmental resources. What are the things we have in the environment? We have to conserve it. Okay, this is what these are the needs to why we should have it to include the environment in the education system. Then ethics, okay, environmental ethics, love and honor earth. We should have to love the earth because the earth is giving us all the things what we needed. That is essential things, that air, it is giving by the earth, water, it is giving by the earth, land, it is giving by the earth. So each and everything is giving by the earth. So what we have to do, if somebody is doing all the help for us, we should have to love it. We have to honor it. Okay. So love and honor we should have for the earth. Then celebrate the seasons. There are different seasons we have. We have summer season is the, winter season is the, monsoon season we have. So we have to celebrate each seasons. We have to love it. Okay. We should not drive other species. Other living beings are here. We should not drive away them because they also are the part of this earth. They also have the right to live here. So we should not drive them out. Grateful to plants and animals. We should love them because they make us to live in this world in a peaceful manner. They are the reasons for it. So we have to love them. The principle of SDSD is sustainable development. That is symbiotic relationship of man and nature. Symbiotic means man has a relation towards nature. Nature has a love towards the man. All this is existing. It's a relation of both. That's one of the principle of SD. Then healthy environment. That we must know that we have to love. The nature is giving all things for us. So we have to love it. We have to respect it. So healthy environment should be there. Then broader goals for social transformation. So we have to think not only for us, but for others also, we have to think about it. So we have to have a broader goals for the social transformation. Next is levels of EVS education. In primary education, what all things we can teach them? We just give awareness about it. Okay, we should ask the students. We should not waste the things and resources. Then we should ask them to protect our nature, love the nature. We have to give an awareness to the primary education students in the primary education. In the secondary level, we have to real life situations, take them to the real life areas and make them to understand the problems existing there. Okay, in higher education, secondary education, skill to conserve. We make them to how we can protect our nature, teach them. Okay, that is what we have to do in college. We can solve the problems. So what are the problems exist in the environment? We think about it, how we can solve it. We have to think all these things in the college. Then approaches of EV education. Approaches interdisciplinary means making the best things and unite to make the things. Multidisciplinary means different areas. From the different multiple areas, we are taking the different ideas from different areas. Okay, not uniting. We are taking from different areas. This is happening in the multidisciplinary approach. Next is the role of teacher. What is the role of the teacher in the environmental education? To arouse children interest about EVS, we make the students understand that the EVS is very important because we are living in this environment. The environment is giving us what all things we needed. So we want to make the children aware about it, to arouse the children interest about it. Discuss the problems inside the class, to arrange visit to the different areas, the deforested areas, forest areas, so they can understand the difference between two areas. The areas where the river is getting polluted, the pure water areas, we have to take them. So make the arrangement to visit them. Okay, to provide materials regarding it, to arrange visiting speakers, that is those who have knowledge about the environment, make speakers to talk about all these things. Then discussion and debate among the students. Okay, to display an exhibition of the work, what all the areas they have visited, make an exhibition of that all things, so they get an idea about the problems existing in our local area as well as in the world wide what is happening. So exhibitions we can do. So these are the role of the teacher. So I think you have an idea about what is the environmental educations. We have discussed about all the important topics that they will ask for the UGC NET exam. Okay, you must study all the things I have given because it is the clear-cut extract I have given you for the exam. So you must study it well. Okay, don't forget to subscribe this channel. We can meet in the next class. Goodbye, all of you. Thank you.